service should stop. If anything, it needs to continue just as forcefully in different ways, providing avenues for veterans who understand the precious nature of freedom. When you serve overseas, or you see these places where our military is asked to go, surprisingly enough, they're not the most beautiful corners of the world. And you see people who don't live free, who don't have prosperity, who don't have basic liberties, who don't have rule of law. And you understand how rare and precious the freedom we have is right here. And that's something imprinted on your soul, ingrained in you, to remember and understand that that is how most people in human history have lived. And what we have in America is precious and rare and exceptional. But if we don't fight for it, we do give it away. President Reagan once said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We don't pass it to the next generation in the bloodstream. They don't inherit it. We entrust it to them. We need to teach them and protect it and defend it in every generation, or we do give it away. Either to a country that is too complacent to do anything about it and apathetic, or has a very different vision of what the future of this nation looks like. Rather than restoring it and remaking it, want to fundamentally transform it into something that our founders would never recognize, and to something that very different than what we swore to defend and fight for. So that's the mission for us, is to enlist those who have already enlisted and have it imprinted on them to understand how to serve. A couple things about our name, Concerned Veterans for America. We're a veterans organization, but we are not just a veterans organization. Military families, patriotic civilians, citizens, those that have served in other ways are all welcome. Because no veteran serves alone, no service member goes overseas, and they can't do it without the family and the network behind them that supports them. And some of our most passionate volunteers are those who are military families and supporters. So you are most welcome here. And we are Concerned Veterans for America, not just Concerned Veterans for veterans. We do a lot of work on veterans issues. I'm glad Sean mentioned the Department of Veterans Affairs. There's a lot of groups that have done a lot of great work on that for a long time. But I think our organization in the last year has been as aggressive as any group has ever been in calling out the VA for the dysfunction and the national disgrace that is the wait times and the backlogs and the lost paperwork and the wait and wait and wait that is the Department of Veterans Affairs. It's absolutely unacceptable. We've called them out on it. We've been very aggressive on it. And when we host an event now, the Department of Veterans Affairs puts out a press release trying to spin the numbers back in their favor because someone's calling them out on it and saying, why hasn't anyone been fired? Nobody. Somebody, heads would roll in a private company or in your platoon or company or battalion or brigade if you went year after year after year with the problem getting worse. Because there is accountability, but not at the Department of Veterans Affairs. So we're working tirelessly to attack problems like that. But it's not just about veterans, it's about America.